most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schroep, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical
Together,
therapist.
we're the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course,
Today,
Bob.
we're going to talk about the beautiful impact of respect in sports, emotional health in athletes. That's quite a mouthful, Brad.
Yeah, and we've actually got an expert speaker to come in to really give some good information.
We don't know anything about it. We have a little bit of experience with it because we were parents.
Right.
And so we kind of seen maybe less violent versions.
We've got bleacher time, though.
Yeah, we got bleacher time, though. So, by the way, if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, you want to join us on, well, go to bobandbrad.com and you'll see what we're giving away because we're always giving something away. We're giving away the Thermotex infrared heating system.
Oh, yes. Here we
got
go.
it right here.
Infrared heat for your back, hip,
It's deep
knee.
penetrating.
Right.
That's what's cool about it. Yeah, we love it. So you can also go to Facebook, Bob and Brad. We're going to also direct you to Facebook later on for our guest speakers site.
There you go. Yeah.
We're going to reveal that in just a minute. So we're
Anything else, Bob?
Well, did you want to do your first line or shall I introduce them?
Let me carry on.
All right, carry on.
So anyway, school sports, like Bob said, we both had children in sports, spent a lot of bleacher time, but they can bring out the best or they can bring out the worst in people, particularly the fans and the parents.
That's right.
Yeah, the parents, man.
Parents gone wild, baby.
Yeah, it can get out of control. And it actually, that's what Mark, our guest speaker, really has some really helpful information to,
yes, he does.
to bring some light on the subject. So, Mark, why don't you come on in?
Mark Horbinski.
Hey.
Yay!
Thanks, guys. Nice to see you.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming, Mark.
And we're all admiring the mustache, of course. We all wish we could grow something like that. Mine looks like a little mousey thing on me.
So Mark has been a school teacher for how many years?
About 27.
About 27 years. And you've coached different sports for how many years?
35 years of coaching ever since I was age 17.
Okay.
Nice.
So you've been through the experience and some of the good and some of the bad. And you actually came up with this program that hopefully can correct this and actually is doing some wonderful results. So should we get into a couple of stories?
Well, can we say the name of the program first? We'll say it throughout.
Okay.
Because I like this name, by the way.
Yep.
It's 180. So you're thinking like you're to turn your life around or turn a program around 180. Right. But it's WON 80.
80.
Yeah, 80. So if you go to Facebook and type that in, Liz, I don't know why she's smiling, but it's 180. Type it in there and you'll get right to his spot there.
So Mark, can you tell us a good story of something negative that's happened?
That's not a good story. That's a bad story.
Unfortunately, I have several stories that I could share, but sports are very emotionally charged.
Yes, they are.
And sometimes, although people are there because they love their children and want to support them, sometimes the emotional aspect of sports, like you said, can bring out the worst in people. And just a couple situations in our state that have happened somewhat recently.
So this is Wisconsin.
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 Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, there was a youth wrestling tournament up in the Fox Valley area that resulted in first a father and a mother of two of the competitors actually getting in a physical altercation with one another.
Brad and I watched this video, and I mean, it's unbelievable because
this is right out on the mat.
On the mat.
Yeah, the kids are wrestling at the time, right?
And their children are like 8 years old.
Right. And then when the father and the mother of the two combatants are separated, then the two mothers actually get into a physical altercation, and it led to...
Well, that one mother put a headlock on the woman and threw her down to the floor.
That one mother, she actually looked like she knew what she was doing. I don't know if she was a coach herself, but she actually looked like when she was wrestling the guy first, like she's doing pretty well. I mean, my thought.
And your response was exactly like mine. As I go through and I take a look at some of these situations of bad sportsmanship, at first you kind of chuckle and say, "Is this real?"
Right.
And then as you reflect on it,
when you reflect on it, it's not
sad.
funny anymore.
No,
it's pretty sad.
It is. I mean, and there was an amazing thing. The two children, the wrestlers, 8 or 10 years old, they're standing there in awe watching their parents go at it. I mean,
how did this happen?
Yeah, these parents really should not. They need to change their lives, or they need to change something so that their children are being
frame
damaged.
of thinking. Yeah. They got to do a 180.
Exactly.
So
nice. because I've started to see a deterioration of sportsmanship over the years. I used to kind of sit in my chair and get grumpy and say, "Man, when is somebody going to do something about this?"
Sure.
And then it dawned on me, "Hey, you're somebody. What are you
That's
doing
right.
about it? You're sitting in
That's
a chair
exactly
and
right.
complaining, right?" So about 4 years ago, we started a grassroots. I started a grassroots organization called 180 with the mission to lead a return to sportsmanship through awareness, through education, and
Right.
through inspiration. Um,
And this is through the high school level, or
Well, we touch on youth and high school. We have information that we share for colleges and professionally. I mean, we're not working with professional athletes, but occasionally we'll seek out college athletes and have them discuss sportsmanship and composure and how you
sure.
should handle yourself and so we
But
do a number
I
of different
definitely could
things.
see, unfortunately, you definitely can see this on the younger levels too. This is not just
Yeah,
high school. I mean, this starts at in fifth grade, sixth grade. I mean,
Sure.
I saw at that level 'cause that's
Right.
the age I coached at is fifth grade and
Sure.
sixth
okay.
grade. So I already saw kind of the bad side of parents
Right.
at that age.
So what you do, and as a matter of fact, was it just last night you were up in the Green Bay area doing a presentation to a group of high school parents
It was
or
parents and
and
athletes.
athletes?
I do a presentation called Supportsmanship, which is a
Oh, that's
concept of
cool.
the whole athletic community taking ownership of our athletic programming to make it a better experience for kids. So I had the opportunity to speak to a group of about 250 parents and kids
Yep.
and talk about how the behavior impacts, how negative behaviors impact the sport, not only short term, but long term, because there are some ramifications to the actions.
Sure. Right. Right. So your program, the 180, right now you do presentations to groups throughout the state right now.
Yes.
And how else does this 180 program work to get the message to these people?
Well, we have an active social media presence. So we're on
Okay.
Facebook, and then we are also on Twitter, and we're
And now
on
you're going to be on
Instagram.
YouTube.
And now I'm with the two most famous physical
Yeah.
therapists on the internet.
That's right.
Yeah. So the opportunity to first off to create awareness by sharing the importance of positive
Right.
sportsmanship, we do it through social media. The education piece comes in through the presentations at the schools,
Yep.
and then there's also an inspirational piece where we recognize student athletes and
See, I thought
coaches
this
that
was
are doing
really
the right
cool.
things.
What's the name of what do you call it? The good at? No, you have a name for the person that you
180
recognize.
Warriors.
Yeah, 180
Yep.
Warriors. Yeah.
Yes.
And but also when you go and speak to the school, you speak to the athletes
Yep.
separately, right? Or do you have people in the room with them? I mean,
It can be either way. We have presentations they are positioned for student athletes and
sure.
teams. We also have some that are primary target audience as our parents,
That's what
and
I
some that
thought.
kind of do both.
So
Yeah.
you kind of hit all groups
Right.
and sometimes separately,
Yes.
basically. So
Yes.
yeah.
So
So
obviously you can't go around speaking all the time because you've got a job, you've got a life. And if people want to get this information or some parts of your program, is it if they go to to the Facebook? Is that
the
gonna
Facebook.
is that good?
Yeah.
The Facebook,
Yeah,
yes.
the Facebook.
Um, Facebook, we're pretty active with information on Facebook.
Right.
We also have a website,
Hmm.
180.org, that
Yep.
has a lot of resources that schools and individuals can use.
Sure.
Those are free resources.
Okay.
And quite honestly, I'm so passionate about this kind of work. If somebody wants information, all they need to do is reach out to me, and they're gonna hear back from me
Sure.
personally pretty
We'll have to
quickly.
include an email too. I mean, you have an email. I take
Absolutely.
it,
Yep.
and you can go ahead and get bothered by it. I mean, you're gonna. All right.
It's
You
not
might
a
get flooded here,
Yeah, yeah, all
Mark.
right.
it's not a bother. I
All
look forward
right.
to finding people that have a passion for this area.
Yeah,
Right.
it's amazing. My kids went to school in Winona, Minnesota here, and they had a guest speaker come in and do some of this same stuff, and it really did have a huge impact that year. I
Sure.
mean, it really made a big difference.
Right.
I thought it was really fantastic. My wife and I still quote him sometimes to this day.
Oh, really?
So
Oh, neat.
yeah, yeah.
So,
So
what kind of results have you had so far? Now, with your school, obviously, it's been implemented, and there's another local school that's got the intimately into the same program. And
Yes. We're part of the Scenic Bluffs Conference, which
okay,
includes some of the schools in the La Crosse area. So
sure.
Bangor and Cashion and
Oh
Brookwood are
yeah,
some schools in our conference. And actually, all of the conference schools have really taken to the message. I think it's helped at
That's
a conference
nice.
level as well as an individual school level.
Yep.
But Cashin High School has actually started a 180 sportsmanship club like we have in Necedah.
Cool.
So it's a student-led club
Yep.
that focuses on promoting positive sportsmanship within the building.
Sure.
And we have other schools that I think are pretty close to popping and getting ready to join
So a
us.
lot of them, do they make it part of their sportsmanship club that already exists, or do they, or a club that already exists, or do they create their own? I mean, their own entity.
I think it gets handled a multitude of different
Sure.
ways. With Cashin and with Necedah, it's a separate club, but certainly groups like a National Honor Society or some type of clubs that promote volunteerism
Sure.
could,
Well,
take on
Sports
some of
Booster
them.
Club.
Sports
yeah,
Booster Club,
yeah.
yeah.
I would think that would be a good one to address that issue.
Sure.
So
Right. Trying to get the kids to take ownership and help lead the revolution, I guess, is a big piece of this
So
because
some of the kids actually have to lead their parents.
absolutely, and that's the next generation of parents. So it just kind of fits. So if
Yep.
we can help them to develop those leadership skills and the understanding of the importance of sportsmanship, and then start to address it with their own parents when they become parents,
Right.
Hopefully
yeah,
we'll
it'll
really be
start
making a big-
carrying over.
Right.
Absolutely,
Right.
And
absolutely.
hopefully the parents will take initiative to look at your site, and get it from both sides, their children as well as an expert like you, and it really should, resonate.
So we're probably going to do this is going to probably be a two-part video to some extent. We're going to have another one in the future. Is
Right.
there anything else you want to cover right now, or do you want to hit our 12-minute limit here? No, Brad.
Mark, is there anything that you wanted to say in closing about your program? And
I would just like to say that it starts with the individual.
Sure.
Make changes within your own self and the way you control
Yep.
your emotions and
Sure.
handle
I agree
things.
with that
and-
100%.
And then that creates a ripple effect of the
Yep.
people that you influence, and that's how the message will spread. So
sure.
we're
Yep.
excited to have anybody that wants to join us and
All right.
and become a foot soldier.
Fantastic.
Excellent job.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.